So headlines are really great for your audience. And they're, by the way, that's the single easiest thing you can do tomorrow to improve your presentations. If you did nothing except go through the slides you have right now and say, okay, I'm going to write a headline for each one of them, you would have to get really clear on what each one of those slides means. And that gives you much more clarity as a presenter. See, it's not only good for your audience, it's great for you as a presenter. Have you ever had this situation, you've seen this, where you got a presenter up there, and typically this happens with a slide that it's not they created the slide, but maybe one of their staff members did. And they put the slide up and they go, okay, now on this slide, what, oh, yeah, no, that's not this slide. Oh, yeah, okay. So, right, oh, that's I'm not really sure what this slide is about, but let's go to the next one. Does that raise the credibility of the presenter or not? Okay. See, as a presenter, when you're using really well-written headlines, it makes presenting a lot easier because you simply glance at the headline, you know the one message you need to communicate, and you can deliver it confidently. I worked with a CEO of an investment management firm a number of years ago, and she had what I think can easily be considered a high-stakes presentation. On this one presentation, their client would make a decision as to whether to keep over $800 million in assets with her firm or not, which represented over half of the assets at her firm. So yes, high stakes. After the presentation, they did keep the assets, by the way. After the presentation, she said to me, she said, Dave, the single most important piece of advice you gave us was to write headlines for every slide. She said, when I was up there delivering, I glanced at the headline, I knew that important point I needed to make, and I could deliver it with confidence. It helped me as a presenter. You can deliver a lot easier if you have headlines. And for those of you who create slides for someone else to deliver, headlines help them because they know the one message they need to talk about, and then once you're done talking about the message, move on. It's a lot easier than trying to remember, well, what did I want to say about this slide? And not remember it.